Welcome back to Recipe Tales. Today we are going to do a curry flavored vadai. It is baked, right? So I'm going to use chickpeas, and this is how the chickpeas looks like. It is very hard. Soak it overnight, wash it, drain it, and then boil it either in the thermomix or whatever way of cooking that you prefer. Well, I cooked mine in the thermomix. I used varoma and I cooked it for 30 minutes in the simmering basket. So I'll leave this recipe in the description box below so that you can try this recipe. It is called baked curry flavored vadai. Vadai because the South Indians use chickpeas normally to make vadais, and therefore I've just give this name as vadai. But it is a variation of mine whereby I've added quinoa to make it more healthy, more wholesome. So shall we begin? Ingredients for baked curry leaves vadai: 100 grams of split chickpeas, 60 grams of cooked millet or quinoa, 60 grams of onions, 5 grams of fresh ginger, 20 gram oil for cooking and 10 grams for brushing, 50 gram red rice flour, 2 red chillies seeded, 2 sprig of curry leaves, half a teaspoon turmeric powder, 1 teaspoon chilli powder, 1 teaspoon cumin powder, and 1 teaspoon salt. Let's start baked curry flavor vadai. Curry flavor because I'm going to use only curry leaves, no other spices other than curry leaves. And the general Indian spices that we have is chili powder, coriander, not coriander but cumin powder, and a little bit of turmeric powder. That's about it. Okay, to begin with, to bind everything together, I'm going to use a little bit of potatoes over here. So I'm going to add potatoes in here. It's about 100 grams or so, and we are going to chop it fine and put our measuring cup on it, and we are going to do it 4 seconds. Yes, only 4 seconds at speed 6. So our potato has been chopped a little bit coarsely, and I'm going to take off the excess liquid so that it's easy for us to bind all that we have cooked and grinded, right? So I'm going to just take this out onto a sieve, into a sieve. And then I'm going to rinse the bowl out again so that the starches doesn't get stuck to the bottom of it. Now all we have to do is just press it down and take off the excess liquid that is in the potatoes. So we want to keep it as dry as possible so that we can make it into a nice patty. Next we're going to chop the onions, the green chilies, and the ginger. So I'm just going to take this sprig of leaves, curry leaves. I like this flavor because the vadai tastes almost like the ones that they sell outside. And the onions that goes in, the red chilies, the fresh ones, I've de-seeded it. Okay, and I'm going to add in the ginger. So ginger is good because it will help in the digestion, so that is good. And then I'm going to chop this fine. Okay, so we can do 5-5. It depends like whether you want very fine chopped or you want it coarsely chopped, right? So I sort of like 3 seconds, and I'll rather go at 7. That's right, in 3 seconds, speed 7, we get a much more finer chopped onions. Okay, and because there's curry leaves and all, that's why I used it at 3 seconds to go. And let me show you. Wow, look at the fragrance. This is how it looks when you have chopped it. Of course, it's going to be chopped even more afterwards when we add in all our the spiciness. Now I'm going to add I'm going to bring out my weighing scale. I'm going to put about 20 grams of oil. A little bit less is okay. And then I'm going to put my chili powder and my turmeric powder. Put it at the side. And I'm going to saute this for 4 minutes, 120 degrees. That's the sauteing temperature, and we'll do it as spoon mode. My cooked dal, I've cooked it in the thermomix, so you can also do it, and it's written in the description box of how to do it, the dal. So due to time constraint, I've already done my dal much more earlier. So this is the cooked dal, and then I have also cooked quinoa. So if you don't want to use quinoa, you can use millet, or you want to have even cooked rice, it's up to you. But I like quinoa, and it blends very well, and it's also good for our digestion. It's much more lighter, so that's why I'm using quinoa. But feel free to, if you are eating millets, you can add in millet. This is a healthy version of vadai. It is not deep fried. We're going to bake it, so we're going to use rice flour. Again, you can use white rice if you want to, or brown rice, and I've given you the recipe how to mill your white rice or brown rice in the thermomix. So I'm using actually red rice flour. So I've got about this red rice flour ready here for myself. Oops, I forgot that we also have to add see, that's the beauty of the thermomix. When you forget to add something, I'm supposed to add the potatoes too, to let it cook together with the onions. So I'm going to just add in now. And just going to increase another 1 minute, and let's do the cooking. Yeah. Anyway, we're going to bake it, so it'll be half cooked, the potatoes, not fully cooked. So when we add everything, we'll be baking for about 30 minutes. So 20 minutes on one side, and then we'll flip it the other side, and another 10 to 20 minutes, depend how crisp you want it. Now when we do the patty, you can also weigh the patty and give an equal amount if you want to. So I use almost about, say, 39 to 40 grams per patty ball. So you can weigh and make the patties. It comes out about 9 pieces. So this is how it looks, a well sauteed potatoes with onions and curry leaves. So you'll get a lot of curry fragrance, curry leaf fragrance in the vadai. And the next stage we'll be doing is we'll be adding the chickpeas in it. we'll be adding our rice flour, and this will give a nice gritty taste to it, because vadai is actually store-bought ones, has that dal vadai has got that fragrance of grittiness, and so this is what we get. And of course we have to add some salt, so I'm going to add some salt to it, and cumin powder. So this is towards the end. If you don't have cumin powder, you can put whole cumin, and then you pulse it when you are chopping your onions, so that way you get everything in. So we're going to blender it at 10 seconds. This is and speed 5. Okay, so let's look at the outcome. So we'll scrape it down and push it down all, and we're going to do a second blend to make sure that everything gets mixed very well, and the leftover of the curry leaves that were not chopped that finely will also get chopped now. So we will just do 3 seconds, and we'll go at speed 5 again. That's it. So in 8 seconds we got our masala vadai. I call it masala. We Indians do call it as masala, as long as we add curry leaves and the chili powder and all. So this is like that. So this is how the patty is going to be, right? So it's well done, and then we're going to form patty. So you can either wait and do it very equally, or just ad hocly just do it as how you want, but we have to shape it fine, round, and I'll show you how it's done. So we have to cool this a little bit down, because we had sauteed it in the 18 grams of oil only I used, though it says 20 grams, but I'm going to use a little bit more oil afterwards to brush it. So it's about 40 grams of the dough, and then we're going to make it into a flat patty. So what I would suggest is use a palm and put it there. It's not going to increase in size or anything, but it's just going to be baked very well. Keep it as thin as possible, but not too thin. And then I have brushed it with oil on one side. So it's going to be baked for almost about, say, 20 minutes at 180 degrees. And after 20 minutes, flip it over, and if you like to brush it with oil, that's up to you, or if not, you don't want to, that's fine, and bake again another 10 minutes. So in total, it takes about 30 minutes of baking with very little oil in our curry flavored vadai. So I'm going to put this in the oven now. Here we have my curry flavored dal with quinoa patty, which is also called baked curry flavored vadai. My name is Sushila Patel. This is the Recipe Tales. Recipes with a modern twist.